Now, we have many methods of solving quadratic equation, but today we'll only be focusing on graphic method of quadratic equation. Now, in solving graphic method of quadratic equation, two things are necessary. That is, the graphic method is divided into two sets. The table of value set and the plotting of graphing, that is the graphing set. Now, when you understand these two, it will be very easy for you to solve graphic method of quadratic equation. Now, equation is being given that solve x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. Using graphical method, take the range of value of x from -5 to +1. Now, don't mind the English. Focus on the key things that you are to do. So, understanding the equation carries 50 marks already. Now, here we are asked mainly to solve x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. And the direction of in arranging our tables of value is our x is from -5 here to +1. Now, we will go into the first thing, that is arranging of our tables of value. Now, our x is here. Our x starts from -5 as the question specifies. So we have -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1. That is our +1. We stop here. We have gotten our x column. Now, the next thing is that this is our tables of value. Let me write it here. Now, the next thing is, let's get our x square column. The x square column. Now, we are filling the column for this x square. Here, we are going to square the x. That is all. How will you square the x? See the x here. You will multiply each of this number by itself. Multiplying each of this number by itself. That is -5 times -5 equals to 25. You are squaring the number. That is, you are multiplying the digits, the number by itself. So when you multiply -5 by -5, you get 25 here. That is, this is how we go. We do that to fill up all these columns that are here. So the square of -5, like I've said, is 25. You may ask, what about the -5? Now, the law of indices stated that minus equals to positive. So you see, when you are adding minus 5 times minus 5, when you add this to this, you get positive. When you add this to this, you get positive. Our answer now is 25. Now, the square of minus 4 is 16. The square of minus 3 is 9. The square of minus 2 is 4. The square of minus 1 is 1. 0, 1. Now we have gotten the column for the x square. Now we solve for this, the column for the 5x column. We fill up our 5x column. Now, how will you get to fill up this space? Now, the logic is this. You were asked to multiply 5 by x. That is, where is our x? Our x is here. Our 5 is here. So when you are multiplying 5 by x, that is, you will take 5 here, you multiply with each of this number here, here, here. This is how you will solve to get all the space fill up. Now, let's go this way. 5 times 5 is minus 25. Where do we get our minus? This one is plus 5. This one is minus 5. So minus plus is minus. That's why our answer is a negative form. Now coming back to the next column, we have 5 times minus 4. The answer is minus 20. The next column, 5 times minus 3, we have minus 15. Come back to the next column, we have 5 here times minus 2 here, we have minus 10. Now, this is how we keep going. 5 times minus 1, we have minus 5. Now, 5 times 0, we have 0. And 5 times 1, we have 5. Now, how will we fill this column? We are still going to use, here this is plus 5, plus 6. So we take down our plus 6 here. We divide the column again. We are going gradually. Now, you are going to add the 6 to each of these given column. You are adding 6 to this column. You are adding 6 to this column because the question says solve x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. Now, plus 6, now we are going to pick this 6 and add it to each of this column like I'm doing. 6 here, 6 here, 6 here, 6 here, 6 here, 6 here, 6 here. Now, this is how you will do to get your tables of value. Now, this is our y. Now, when you come to the y, you will solve each of these. That's how you will fill the given column in the y side. Now, 5 minus 25 here minus 25 is 0. 25 plus minus 25 is 0. Plus 6 is 6. Then 16 plus minus 25 is minus 4. Minus 4 plus 6 is 2. Now we can also go this way. 9 minus 15. We have 6. Minus 6 plus 6. We have 0. Then 14 minus 10. We have minus 6. Minus 6 plus 6 here is 0. 1 minus 4, we have 5. 1 minus 4, we have minus 1 minus 5. We have minus 4. Now minus 4 plus 6, we have 2. 0 plus 0, 0 plus 6, 6. 1 plus 5, 6. 6 plus 6, 12. Now we have gotten our table of value. Now in solving quadratic equation using graphic method, the harder part of it is this one that we have just done. When you have gotten your tables of content correctly, now the next thing you will go is to go into the graph, and what you will need in plotting of the graph all are inside this given table. Now, having gotten our tables of content, now if you are still a learner, the next thing you will do, you don't rush into the graph yet. Now you keep on practicing these tables of column. After you have mastered your tables of value, then going to the plotting of the graph will be simple for you. Now, before we should go into the plotting of the graph, I still want to paraphrase on what we have just done. Now, you remember how we got all these given column. The X column we got it from the given questions that our X is taken from minus 5 to plus 1. So you see minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 1, 0, and plus 1. Then our x square, we got it through squaring of the number in x. This is the x. And in this column, we asked that we should multiply this number by itself. The number here by itself. The number here by itself. Now, in doing that, you will get this given figure. You can use calculator. You can use your common sense. Minus 5 times minus 5 will give you 25. Remember I said, since the number 5, since 5 minus 5 times minus 5, this times this is plus. Then this times this is plus multiplication. So now we are having our 25 in positive. That's why you see the minus is not indicated here in the given answer. Now, further to the next column, when you square your 4, minus 4, you square your minus 4, you will get your 16. When you square your minus 4, you get your 16. Then you write it down. You come back to the 3, you do the same. You square the minus 3, you square the minus 2, you square the minus 1. You square each of these given number. Now, that is how you get the column for x square. Then you come back to this column. This 5x column. Now, in this 5x column, the English is simple. You will ask here to carry 5 and multiply it by x. Somebody may ask, where is the x? See, the x is here. Where is the 5? See the 5 here. So you will carry this 5, you multiply with the number in the x column. Now, when you carry this 5, you times it by x5. you will get this number. You get this answer, minus 25. Now, you should note that the 5 is in positive form and all these numbers are in negative form. So your answer will carry negative answer until you come to a positive number after the 0 is a positive number. Now, let me not talk too much on that. What I'm emphasizing on is understanding how to fill your 5x column. Now, I said you will square minus 4 to get your 16 in the x square, and then the 5x column, I said you will multiply 5 by x. So we will multiply 5 by minus 5, we get minus 25. When you multiply 5 by minus 4, you get minus 20. Now when you do all these things, you get this one fill up. Then how will you get this solved? You will just add the 6 because in the equation we have plus 6. So in the tables of value, you add the 6 to each of the given column. Then in the getting of your y is where you will add all this number together. You will get the answer. You sum up the number together. For instance, we says 25 minus 25. We have 0. 0 plus 6 is 6. Now we come back here, we say 16 minus 20. We have minus 4. When you minus 20 from 16, you will still be left with minus 4. Now, minus 4 plus 6 is 2. Then, somebody will be confused here. Let me clear a doubt here. Minus 4 plus 6. Here, you have 6 orange and you borrow 4 orange. Now, if you pay for the 4 orange you borrow, you'll be left with how many orange? You'll be left with 2 orange. So your orange is not borrowed, it's your own. So it's going to be positive. That is why you see the answer is in positive form. Now, coming back here, we have 9 minus 15 is minus 6. Minus 6 plus 6 is 0. We have 4 minus 10 is minus 6. Minus 6 plus 6 is 0. 1 minus 5. 0 minus 0 is 0. 1 minus 5 is minus 4. Minus 4 plus 6, just like I've explained, minus 4 plus 6 is 2. Then 0 plus 0 is 0 plus 6 is 6. 1 plus 5, 6 plus 6, 12. Now, having gotten this, let us quickly go to plouging of our graph. That is the second set of graphic method. Now, in plouging of the graph, let's draw our graph, our horizontal line. Let's draw our vertical line. Now, this one is our y. This one is our y. This one here is our x side. This one is our x. Now, this one is our 0. Now, how are we going to fill this? We come back to our y. What is the last number in our y column is 12. So since we have 12, we say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Now, what is the last number in our x column? It's minus 5. We have minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Now, remember this says our range should be taken from minus 5 to plus 1. So we have minus 5 to plus 1. We are coming to the crossing line. So this one is our plus 1. But let us add it to 2, plus 2, plus 3. But remember that we are stopping at the plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. Now, then our minus sign, negative y side, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8, minus 10, minus 12. Now we have gotten it perfectly. Now let's go into the plouging of the graph. Now we come back to our table of value. Now we are starting with our y. What is the highest number in the y column? The highest number is 12. Now the highest number here is 12. See it here. The 12 here, negative. If the 12 is negative, we will come to this negative side and pick and start our ploughing. But since our 12 is positive, that is, we are going with this. So now coming back in our y column, if the y is 12, what is the number in x column that coincides? What is the number in x column here that coincides with the 12? Is 1. So the 1 here coincides with the 12. So we are going to check their position and mark. This one is positive 12. This one is positive y. So we will come here. We have our positive 12 here. Then where is our positive 1? Okay, see the 1 here is positive. So we trace it now. We go straight to the 12 here. We mark our sign here. Then we still come back again. What is the next question in y that coincides with the... Now we have 6. We have 6 in column y. Then what is the number that coincides with the 6 in column y? Is 0. You see 0 here. You see 6 here. The 6 here and this column y. Now you see the 6 here. You see the 0 there. So we come back in our x. We have 0. And our y, we have 6. So the 0 is in the 6 is positive. So we are going to mark it in the center. Remember that 0 always falls at the center line, either of the vertical or of the horizontal. Either of the vertical or horizontal line. Now we mark our 6.0. Then we go back again and check. The next number is what? Is 2. 2 in which column? 2 in y column. So we are going to check now. In this 2 in y column, what is the number that coincides with it in x column? Is minus 1. Okay, minus 1. Minus 1. Okay, see our minus 1 here. See our positive 2 here. So we come this side with a mark. You see how are marking it, you will mark it directly at the position of the 2 and directly at the top position of the 1. See the -1 here. See the marking here at the direct position of the 2. Then we go back again. That's what I've said. The hardest things in graphic method of quadratic equation is your tables of value. Now we come back to the tables of value. The next thing is 0. The 0 is located in the y column. See it here. Then what is the number that coincides with the 0 at the x column? Let's check. See our x column here. And here was the number -2. -2. The zeros are the -2 is as the vertical line. See it here. I've told you that the 0 is always at the center at the straight line. We have marked our -2. The next thing is 0 here. The number there is -3. We come back. We have here our 0 at the center line, at the vertical line. We have the next number is -2. The next number is 2. What's the number that coincides with the 2 in y? The 2 in y here is -4. Okay, the 2 is here. You will trace it. Now this is your -4. You put your mark. We come back again. The last number is 6. It coincides with which number? -5. 6. Where is our 6? Our 6 here. Our 6 is here. You will trace it. Where is our -5? Our 5 is here. You take it here. Direct at the position of the 6. See the 6. See the 6. See the direction. Now you can see the marking point is directly at the top of the 5 and directly at the side of the 6. Now we are going to join our graph together. We are joining our graph together. Align. Together. Now we have gotten our graph. So therefore, the solution is x. Now we were asked to solve x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals to 0 using graphical method, taking the range of value of x from -5 to +1. Now, in solving this, we say the x is equals to -2 or -3. Because you can see that only 2 and 3 that landed directly at the center line. So the answer is either -2 or -3. That is all for now. If you have any question, leave it at the comment section. Thanks. Thank you for your time and attention. Your questions at the comment section. Please subscribe and follow for more.